Honorable Chairperson, Excellencies, fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen, allow me, though we are in the second month of the year, to say Happy New Year to you all. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the government of the Sultanate of Oman and the government of the Republic of India for extending an invitation to Honorable Ambassador Mahmoud Thabit Kombo, Minister for Foreign Affairs of the United Republic of Tanzania, whom I have the honor to represent to this important and timely conference. Honorable Ambassador Kombo, wish you a fruitful discussion and deliberation as now he is attending the AU Summit in Addis Ababa. I would also like to extend my heartfelt appreciation for the exceptional hospitality extended to me and my entire delegation since our arrival. We also thank the India Foundation for organizing this 8th Indian Ocean Conference here in the beautiful city of Muscat. Excellencies, our theme for this plenary, namely securing maritime economic interests, calls for a candid discussion on how we can ensure that the Indian Ocean remain an important driver for economic development through international trade, fishing, oil and gas exploration, coastal and marine tourism, environmental conservation, and many more. To realize these and many other economic interests in the Indian Ocean region, we must enhance collaboration, strengthen resilience, and promote innovation in maritime activities. However, above all, economic development and prosperity as countries on the Indian Ocean very much relies on maritime security. Therefore, to contribute to this topic, I will touch on the need to address non-traditional security challenges on the Indian Ocean and how we can work together to realize the shared economic interests presented by the Indian Ocean. However, allow me to go back to history of our societies which have been conducting trade with each other ever since the classical period. The city of Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar, and Tanga in Tanzania, for example, is a typical illustration of the history of trade in the Indian Ocean and its contribution towards developing civilizations, enhancing security, and promoting cooperation among nations. For instance, quite a large number of Oman citizens associate their origin with Tanzania, mainly because of the trade on the Indian Ocean. Since trade involves movement of goods, people, and many more, therefore, through the Indian Ocean, we are all connected and perhaps related. Given that the Indian Ocean is a vital pathway for global trade, securing our joint economic has to go hand in hand with taking cooperative actions to tackle or combat common security challenges. Security in the Indian Ocean is the bedrock for realizing our maritime economic interests. Excellencies, non-traditional security threats in the Indian Ocean, namely climate change, environmental degradation, and ocean resource exploration, present a real and urgent threat to our collective interest in the Indian Ocean. The impact of rising sea levels will have a devastating result to coastal areas. According to the WMO, from 2014 to 2023, a global mean sea level rose at a rate of 4.77 millimeters per year, more than double the rate between 1993 and 2002. At this rate, coastal areas will be even greater risks due to the increased flooding, from the sea and in some deltas, flooding from rivers. Therefore, we cannot allow this to happen. Environmental degradation can cause damage to port infrastructure, leading to operational disruption and increased maintenance costs. Coastal erosion and sea level rise will affect the port of Dar es Salaam, port of Tanga, Mtwara, and Zanzibar, which serves about 10 countries in East and Southern of Africa and receives around 2,000 ships annually. In terms of ocean resource exploitation, it is important to collaborate in tackling illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. The fishery industry is among the most important economic sector in Tanzania, and it remains a key source of employment, food security, and revenue for our country. Excellencies, the Indian Ocean region must be viewed in the context of global economic, environment, political, and security framework that is tightly interconnected. It is neither possible nor desirable to think of the Indian Ocean security as being separated from global security. Therefore, it is evident that no one nation has the resource to provide for safety and security throughout the entire maritime domain. I therefore like to bring to this discussion 3 suggestions for actions as we move forward. First, ensuring maritime security. Tanzania proposes collaboration in monitoring and securing the Indian Ocean against piracy, illegal fishing, smuggling, and other transnational maritime crimes. This should go hand in hand with information sharing. There is a need for improved intelligence sharing, particularly related to maritime threats like piracy, terrorism, and human trafficking. Second, cooperation on maritime infrastructure development. We need to collaborate with each other in developing critical maritime infrastructure such as port facilities, navigation aids, and emergency response centers, particularly in enhancing safety along the Indian coastline. There needs to be more investment in the blue economy, including sustainable and use of ocean resources for economic growth and job creation. Third, environmental protection and climate change adaptation. There needs to be growing partnership in projects related to the coast and marine environmental protection, including efforts to mitigate the impact of climate change, pollution, and habitat destruction, as well as collaboration on building resilience against maritime and coastal disasters, such as flooding and rising sea levels, particularly for vulnerable coastal communities. Excellencies and the distinguished delegates, as I conclude, to secure our maritime economic interests, we need to ensure that cooperation occurs at different levels and in a range of forums, including political and operational. The Indian Ocean region plays a vital role in the world. Therefore, we most certainly cannot sit by and let the environment challenges facing our world today prevent us from harnessing the economic benefits from our ocean. We must always keep in mind that the maritime domain, in the area where collective interest and security concerns converge, and must surpass individualism. I thank you for your kind attention. Thank you. Asante sana. Shukran.